We got a doggy. Paint and sip, you know, those things, dried flowers in here. This right here. Battlefield of the mind. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Morning, everyone. It's a new vlog today. It is currently 6:35 a.m. It's a Tuesday, so I work today. Today's also my digital detox day. So what that means, twice a month I do a digital detox where I don't do any social media, no YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest. I mostly read throughout the day. Like I'll have Alexa read me a book while I'm working and stuff to kind of pass by time, and then maybe I'll listen to music or have moments of silence just to clear out my head. It was actually supposed to be yesterday, but for some reason I set it up in my calendar for an alarm because I'll forget, but for some reason I didn't get an alert for yesterday and I was already watching YouTube and stuff, so I was like, I'll just do it the next day. So today I'm doing my digital detox day and we're vlogging. So just to give like a little life update, because it's been a while since I filmed. My vlogs that I put up were recorded like months prior to that, but it took me a while to edit and upload them because I got new editing software and a like special effects package that I was learning, and I had like 5 hours worth of footage that I had to cut down, and they were like still hour-long vlogs, so I'm trying to be more efficient. We got a doggy. Yes. Say hello for the camera. Say hello. No? You don't want to say hello? We have a new dog. His name is Nino. He is a Bichon Frise, and we got him in May, on May the 8th, and we adopted him from another couple. So yeah, I wanted a dog. I've always wanted a dog, but sometimes we want stuff, but we don't think about the responsibilities of our wants that we're asking for. We had a dog before, but we had to rehome him because it just wasn't fitting with our schedule and our lifestyle at the moment. But now that we have a little bit more stability, we're able to have a dog, and we have a bigger home, a huge backyard. So I'm just adjusting with having the dog kind of blend in with our lifestyle and our family. My daughter loves the dog. I feel like him and my daughter have like the same personality, to be honest. Like they're like the same person. He's always busting through my closet every time I have the closet door and I'm trying to like get ready for the day. He's always busting through. I'm like, okay, who is it, the girl or the dog? And he's always following me to the bathroom. Okay, this is his personality. He's very much stranger danger. He likes to bark if someone's at the door. If I'm taking out for a walk and someone approaches us, he'll start to growl. So he's very much protective and like stranger danger. Like he's not like one of those super friendly dogs that'll just approach anybody, which is kind of funny because when we first met him, like at the meet and greet, and he was with his original owner, he didn't bark, he didn't growl at us. He was just super friendly, like jumping on us and stuff. So it was so weird when we brought him home and he started like growling at people, and it was like, where'd this come from? And my husband uncle was like, well, he probably knew he was getting rehomed, that's why he was nice to y'all. So it's kind of funny. He's very much stranger danger. If somebody's coming in the room, he'll start barking because he can't see who it is, and then he'll see who it is, like, oh, it's you. He likes to follow you around everywhere. Okay, he follows me to the bathroom, downstairs. I don't even have to say nothing. He'll just get up, start walking, but he's pretty much chilled the whole day. It did take me a while to kind of adjust my routine to having a pet, but I feel like I'm pretty much well adjusted now. I like to organize things. I'll even have like a prep for his stuff. Like I'll set alarms to take him out for a walk, to feed him, make sure there's like an hour gap between him eating and taking him out so that he's able to use the bathroom. Like we have a regimen, we have a routine. Every weekend I'll prep his meal toppers, like oatmeal, eggs, blueberries, bananas, something that I already have in the house. If he's allowed to eat it, I'll go ahead and set him aside like some. I'll make sure to refill his food containers. Girl, I'm getting it locked down, okay? I don't play about the organization. I try to be organized as much as possible because if not, my brain will run on like chaos and I don't like it. I'm sort of implementing that into having a dog as well. Do you like my hair? Yes, these are my like yearly summer braids, okay, that I do like every year around July, around this time. So I actually recorded a video last year of me doing braids, but I never edited and put it up because it was so long. But now I'm editing 5-hour long videos, so it was like nothing to me now. So check out this video right here if you want to see how to do these yourself. Yes, girl, I'm all about the DIY, okay? Teach you how to part your hair, how to braid the hair, everything, girl. So check that out if you want to learn how to do your own summer knotless box braids, okay? If you're trying to save a coin, what is it, like $300, $400, $500 for some braids? I know some places you can find a really good deal, like maybe like $180 or something, but sometimes you want to save that money towards your birthday or your vacation or something. So learn how to do yourself. I'm not going to say it's going to be perfect like the very first time you do it, but the point is repetition, and then you get better at it. So this is my current devotional that I've been reading every morning. It is Jesus Calling, enjoying peace in his presence. Okay, I didn't even realize that was the theme of this. And this is devotions for every day of the year. So it's for certain dates, but I read this a little bit later, so I'm kind of like off the dates, but it still speaks to, you know, whatever is going on currently, which is what I love about God. You know that God is speaking to you when you can especially read the word in the Bible or read like a devotion and it lines up with what you're currently going through. I don't know how he does it. But he does it every time, and it's so miraculous to be submerged in that, and you feel like God is like literally right there. So today's devotional, it basically reminds me of that Bible verse. Just to summarize, I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it's like, man can plan his ways, but the Lord's will prevail. It's something like that, where it basically speaks about you can make your plans, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with planning, right? I have a planner and I plan out my day every week, every month. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you also have to make room for God to work out his plans in your life as well. Currently, I'm learning not to be so rigid in life. I was very much like A, B, C, D. And anything that came in the way, I would crash out. And so in order to kind of regulate your nervous system, you need to just allow God to do whatever he wants and to release control over to him. So for example, after church, I had planned on going shopping. I wanted to find a few pants, and I went to the store and they weren't open as early as I anticipated. I had to turn around back home, and I was pretty like upset, like dang, I really wanted to look for these clothes, but for some reason I was sensing now is not really the time. In my head, I'm playing like I'm just gonna go when they open later or whatever. And I got home and I got to doing things like editing, meal prepping, and my kids kept asking me, oh, when are we gonna make that homemade pizza that you promised weeks ago? So, and I was like, oh, I really wanted to go to the store, but after a while I just felt like I was like, no, just spend time with your family. You can, you know, shop later. So I just relinquished control over those plans that I had in my head. I said, you know what, right now I think it'll be more beneficial to spend time with my family. And we made the pizza and it turned out great. So that's what I mean by relinquishing control over what you may think is right. Not necessarily that it's wrong, but maybe not for that moment, or God is pulling you to do something else in that time. So yeah, that's basically what I got from this devotion today.
If she wasn't moved, Cameron murmured a sob, or one final sigh. He didn't let go though, and kept me in wherever he.
I've been trying to take the time out to make some cute intros. I've been really inspired by Victory Marie, and her intros to her vlogs are so cute. So I try to make some cute intros to my videos too, and I think I ate with this one. Like, this is so cute. Look, this is for my braid tutorial. Isn't that so cute? It takes like a lot of time to figure out how to customize each, you know, title and stuff. I actually brought this special effects package. I'm gonna leave a link down below for only $50. Girl, this thing has changed the game for me for Final Cut. Like, there's all types of effects, transitions, titles, overlays. It's called Leno Effects, Leno, and I really feel like God has blessed me with this, like, because I was just trying to figure out how did Victory Marie like edit her videos. I think she does Canva, but I didn't want to go to another platform and to download and to upload. I felt like it was too much for me. I wanted something already embedded inside Final Cut, and just soon after I said that, y'all, I'm not joking, maybe like a few, like if not a week, a few days after I said that, why did I stumble upon a video that was was promoting this package. It's only $50 and you get so much value out of this, bro. It's not even funny. I was shocked and amazed. I'm still shocked and amazed to this very day, to be honest. And that's what I've been using to edit my videos with lately. If you notice, like, my videos been up leveled, that is why. Okay, I'm so thankful to God and so thankful for this person for making this so cheap, because this stuff is not cheap. Okay, these packages, and it comes with so many options. It's not even funny. So if you're into editing, I would say check out that package. Link in the bio. Link in the bio? Link in the description box.
Are you ready for a walk? Yes. Say, I'm ready for a walk.
Like, he doesn't want to go. He just wants to sniff everything. We just got back from our walk and it's time to give Nino his greenie. This is actually half of the greenie. The greenies are kind of big. They're like this big, and he's a small breed dog, but he is a little overweight for his breed. He's like 20 pounds and he should be like between 10 to 15 pounds. So I don't know. His original owner said that they were feeding him double the amount of food that is recommended for his size. We feed him the appropriate amount of food for his size, and you would think he would lose weight, right? He hasn't lost any weight. So I don't know. We've had him for like a month and a half. But anyways, before I give him his greenie, I teach him like a little trick or whatever. Nino, sit, stay. No, sit, stay. Come. Good job. Just something simple. I don't know about, you know, all these other dog tricks, girl. So for lunch today, me and my husband, for our 10-year marriage anniversary, I cannot believe we've been together for 10 years. Married, actually. We've been together for like 16 years. So we went out to this restaurant. I had ordered shrimp and grits, and it came with like sausage and roasted tomatoes. And then for my meal prep, I had made some chickpea curry soup. I actually showed this on one of my previous vlogs and I made it again recently. The base is butternut squash, and then I used chickpeas, curry powder. I had put some kale, coconut milk, and some shredded chicken breast in here, and it's actually really good. I tasted both of these combined and it's actually so good. So I'm about to eat this for my lunch while Nino is eating his snack. Bon appetit. Her.
Whilst I was eating, I found a whole bay leaf in my food. I actually went to complain to the manager, because why are there leaves in my food?
Have y'all seen that video on social media where a woman wrote a complaint, I think on Yelp or something, to a restaurant because she found a leaf in her food, and then the manager was like, I'm sorry, you're not accustomed to flavor, but it's a bay leaf. That's how you know the food has been marinating and stewing in flavor for a very long time. I actually need to refill this. Magnesium, biotin, vitamin D, multivitamin, the shape of a horsepill. Of course, I have to have a sweet treat after lunch. Today is going to be cherries and blueberries, which are antioxidants, okay, aka anti-cancer. So I'm going to incorporate a new segment into the vlog called Happy Life segment. So I got this idea from my planner. Actually, this is one of my old planners that I used to use. It's the Happy Life planner. Before, I think either at the beginning or at the end of each month, there are sections of things that you are loving and you get to review for that month. What have you been reading, planning, watching, etc. So I was like, oh, this is a good idea to incorporate into my vlogs, especially since there's like such a big gap in between them sometimes. So just to catch you guys up, reading. Currently I am reading A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's a fantasy book. This is like my first fantasy book that I've read. I don't want to say ever, but like in a while. I think like the last fantasy book I've ever read was in high school, and that was, what's that book called? You know what book I'm talking about. The book with Edward and Bella. I cannot think of the name right now, but I can remember the second book. The second book was New Moon, right? But what was the original book? That was like the last fantasy book I remember reading. I actually found physical copies of these books at the library for like $2, and they were like brand new, but they were on sale for Kindle, so I bought them. I don't know what these books are about. I went into it blind. It is a little spicy, I'm not gonna lie. And you know, as a Christian, I do feel like some conviction about reading. I don't read okay, this is a whole nother topic. I try to steer away from like specifically sexual content in books because it gives like pornography, to be honest. But sometimes you don't know until you start reading it, and then you're like knee deep into the book. Okay, so I'm just try to skip these parts that are like sexually explicit because I'm already invested into this book. I've already invested time, energy, and I hate to like stop in the middle of the book, but I have stopped reading books. For example, this book right here, I can't remember the name. I had to put it down because I'm like, this is too much sex, to be honest. And while we're on that topic, I'm sorry, I be straight away. While we're on that topic, how do you guys feel as Christians reading certain books? That's also like certain TV shows. Like, you don't know what's gonna come up in the TV show. And to be honest, like most secular stuff is either like profanity, violent. It's like you can't really avoid it. I need to search for romance. Now, I personally love romance novels, but sometimes the explicit sex, I swear, it cheapens the book. And I begin to like I begin to like really dislike the book because I'm like, it's giving cheap, to be honest, and there's no emphasis on the intimacy without sex. So that's just my personal opinion. So I try to steer away from that, but I need like good recommendations. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Christian novel, but a good book that doesn't have all that extra junk in it, to be honest. My dog, he follows me everywhere, and then like he'll be up under me and I'll accidentally step on him. Like a few times when I stepped on his tail and then ripped out his fur, I felt so bad. But like, he is literally up under me. He's like my daughter, I swear. They have like the same personality, because my daughter be like up under me too. Don't you? You just want to be up under me. Okay, so that's what I've been reading, watching. I haven't really been into any good shows, and I think that's what my problem is. You know, I notice when I review like the month and I'm more down, is because I'm not really watching TV shows that I enjoy. I swear it makes life more enjoyable when you watch shows that you just look forward to and love. But I have been watching Ali Sadiq's comedy shows on YouTube. He has a few of his specials on YouTube that you can watch for free, and that man cracks me up. Okay, that's Unc right there. So that's one thing I've been watching lately. I just like a good comedy show. I like to laugh, and I like to make other people laugh. I wrote my list down here. Cooking, I made pizza. I will show you guys. I'm gonna have a slice later today. I've been love bread making. Anything that has to do with dough. Cinnamon rolls, a loaf of bread. I made my sister a loaf not too long ago. Rolls, pizza. I made homemade cookies. I want to try to do that again because I feel like the first time I made it, it was okay. I feel like stuff like that, like macaroni, cheese, bread, cookies, it's few ingredients. However, it's a technique is what makes it complicated, and if you don't have the technique down, you can ruin the recipe, is what I'm finding. Crafting, I have a few crafting items to show you guys. So you see this painting back here? This is another paint and sip, you know, those things, those type of events that I went to with a few of my friends, and we made this, and y'all, it happened again. The instructor was like, oh my gosh, are you an artist? You should take the painting stuff. So I don't know, y'all, like one of the other instructors did have to help me make the body, because as I was making the body, it was looking kind of lumpy. You kind of see where I had to like cover it up because it wasn't looking right, but he was complimenting me. I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. I don't know, yo, I have the materials, but I just don't do it. Like, I don't carve out the time to paint, but I feel like I should do it. Like, I don't want to sound like braggadocious, that's not what I'm trying to like get at, but you ever felt like intrinsically God put a gift in you, but you just never really hone in on it, so you just don't do it, but then you do it naturally even though you don't really do it, and people see the gift and they're like, why aren't you doing this? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It's like, I don't know how to really draw, but painting is okay. I clearly love crafting. If you check out my channel, I have a lot of crafting videos on stuff. Like, I am a DIY girly, okay? I love DIY activities. I'm gonna save the best craft for last. Okay, with a group of friends again, I made for the first time a candle from scratch, y'all. Well, it was a class. It was like a candle making class, and I never attended. Oh, it smells so good. I never done a candle making class. Ironically, my mother-in-law did buy me a candle making kit, but I never did it. Like, I just be sitting on stuff. I don't know why I do this. I procrastinate so bad sometimes. But it's a soy candle, and it has dried flowers in here, and you get to pick your own scent. So I picked cherry, and I picked some type of caramel. This smells like something from Bath and Body Works. Oh my gosh, I don't want to burn it. This right here. I'm gonna put out a shorts video of how I made this. Girl, this is I call this, you heard it here first, okay? So don't try to copy my idea. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So this is a perpetual hair oil. What is a perpetual hair oil? Okay, a perpetual hair oil. So I was just making it simple, but you know me, I can't do simple. I gotta overcomplicate stuff. I was just making a simple hair oil or whatever. They say garlic and onions and stuff like that is good for your hair. So I have garlic, I have onions, I have rice, I have rosemary, I have, girl. So then an idea popped in my head and it said hair compost. Hair compost. Yeah, so basically if you look it up online, there's people actually doing this. So they actually take scraps of food, because food is medicine. Oh girl, this stuff runs deep. Okay, I could talk about this for ages, but I've been doing a lot of research. Research means YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and ChatGPT. They were saying that you can use stuff from your kitchen to make concoctions for your hair. Now I love making me a good concoction since I was young. Okay, I will mix up something real quick. So I started like adding more stuff. There's coconut oil in here. I have gotten a bunch of these hair oils from the Dollar Tree. This is actually a brand name product. It has really good ingredients in here. So I put like a few of these in here. Girl, I even put cabbage in here, okay? Like just scraps of stuff. Girl, the way I was entering into a rabbit hole, they said like every part, God is so good. Look y'all, every part of the food is useful. Orange peels, carrot peels, sweet potato peels, has nutrients. All that stuff has nutrients in it. So I said, oh, let me make a perpetual hair oil where I'll just continue to put stuff in here and fill up the jar, and I'll probably like buy a cheesecloth eventually and squeeze all this stuff out, but I don't really have to. As long as this stuff is submerged in oil, it's not gonna go bad. I also put tea tree, lavender, and some other essential oils in here to extend the shelf life. I also put cloves in here. I also put cinnamon, cayenne pepper. All that stuff has, you know, medicinal properties and ingredients that are good for hair health and hair growth. Girl, I used this for the first time and my scalp started pulsating. I was like, oh, that's how you know it's working. We gonna see, right? We gonna see. That's the one thing I've been so excited to show you guys. Okay, so those are the 3 items that I've been crafting. Okay, shopping. So we went to Trader Joe's recently. I haven't been to Trader Joe's in a while because it's not that close to my house, so you kind of have to drive out a little bit. So my husband took me to go to Trader Joe's, and I will insert the clip right here. Girl, I know I'm late to the bandwagon and I was looking for those little viral tote bags. Of course, the store that I went to didn't have them, but I bought this Brazil nut body butter. This stuff smells so good, and look how the container opens. It's so thick and it's so delicious. This smells like the Bum Bum cream. I never owned it. It smells like this, the Sol de Janeiro dupe. This is a dupe, but this is replicating the Sol de Janeiro, and I love this. That is pistachio, vanilla, caramel. I love this stuff. And Trader Joe's has this sheet cake. That stuff gets you in trouble, girl. They have the soup dumplings. They have all types of goodies. I love Trader Joe's every once in a while when I can get there. Things that I've been loving as a snack. My daughter actually picked this out at the Dollar Tree. Girl, why is this actually good? I'm over here. I said, let me have some. And she gave me a piece. I said, oh, this is good. It's called Birthday Cake Pretzel Stick by Pop Daddy. This looks like a brand name. I don't know. I think it might be a brand name, but these actually taste really good if you're into that sweet birthday cake flavor. Another thing I've been really enjoying snack-wise are the dupes at Aldi for the popcorn chips. If you ever had those popcorn chips, we would get them at BJ's, and they are really good. They're like kettle chips, but the one at Aldi's, they almost taste, they're not as thick of a chip, but as far as the seasoning is concerned, like the kettle flavor, they're almost like just as sweet, if not sweeter. So I really like those. Me and my son been really enjoying eating those. Let's do planning. Something we are planning. I actually took a couple of days off. My birthday is next week. This is so crazy. I'm turning 35, y'all. I took a couple of days off. I didn't even tell my husband I was like that I took off. I forgot to tell him. When I told him, he was like, oh, we should go somewhere. I wasn't even thinking about going anywhere. I was gonna like relax and stay at home or whatever, but he took the initiative to plan us a trip. I think we're going to New Jersey again, but we're going to Atlantic City, so I will be sure to vlog. So I'm looking forward to that for my birthday. Last one is what I have been feeling this month. I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of ambition, but sometimes it takes me a while to get to my checkpoint. point, and I tend to be like really hard on myself. So what I'm feeling now, I'm trying to transition more into a less processed lifestyle. Like as far as sugar, I use like a lot of sugar free, but it's like artificial sugars and stevia and monk fruit and stuff like that. I'm trying to steer away from that, and I'm trying to do like more holistic, but it's really hard for me. I don't know. Yesterday I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it, and then I be eating chips and stuff like that. Don't get it twisted, y'all see me eating healthy and stuff, but like on the slide I do eat junk food. I'm humans. It's like I envision a person I want to be, but then to obtain it, oh, somebody said it the best, it's good in theory but hard in practice. So it's like I could want to do something, but for me to achieve it's kind of hard, and then I get hard on myself because it's like I'm always trying to reach that state of perfectionism, which is not possible. But I know that God takes you like one step at a time and not all at once when it comes to certain things. I've been reading a lot into herbal remedies and just more natural. We've been almost taught to fear whole fat and sugar, but then meanwhile you have no problem eating a donut, but I'm using stevia packets. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. I want to get into making my own sugar syrups. I got the idea to make it out of dates, to boil some dates and extract the sugars from it and use that as a syrup instead of like the artificial sweeteners, and to just not be afraid of real food. It's just so funny and ironic how we'll eat like fat-free yogurt but then eat fried chicken. Like it's just very contradicting to me. I don't know if this is making any sense. I want to lean more towards whole foods, less processed, and not be afraid of real foods that I'm thinking is too many calories, but then you turn around and eat fried chicken and cake, and like it doesn't make any sense. More natural. That's what I'm summarizing at. I think that's everything I've been loving so far this month, and I will catch you guys when I do my Bible study. Hey guys, so I am off work. I just did my Bible study and prayer. I just wanted to share you guys what I read. I've been reading out of the book of Jeremiah. This is my Bible. This is the Battlefield of the Mind Bible by Joyce Myers. I just have a cover on it, and this is the amplified version. So when I read through it, I like to highlight verses that stand out to me. Out of those verses, I'll pick one in particular that really stands out to me, and I'll write the verse, and then I'll write whatever it is I feel like God is speaking to me towards that verse, and it usually always correlates with what I'm going through at the moment in life. If you ever feel like God is not speaking to you, or you can't really hear God's voice, I encourage you to try this method. I always feel close to God. I always feel seen and heard by him just with this alone, and of course prayer. I feel like he's always speaking. I can't really recall a time that he's not speaking to me, unless, to be honest, if I'm really stressed out or if I'm experiencing extreme emotions like anger. I feel like I can't hear God clearly. It's only when my nervous system is regulated and I'm calm I can hear him more clearly. So yeah, that's just a tip for you. The verse that I highlighted was out of Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 8, and it says, "It shall come about on that day, says the Lord of hosts, that I will break off your neck." Sorry, not break off your neck. That sounded a little violent. That I will break off. That's what I wrote in my notebook too. That's so crazy. That I will break the yoke off your neck, and I will tear off your bonds and force apart your shackles, and strangers will no longer make slaves of the people of Israel. Just to provide some context to this verse, in the book of Jeremiah, currently the people of Israel are in the middle of being held captive by the Babylonians and King Nebuchadnezzar because of their sin. God has sent them many prophets to warn them, but they continue to be rebellious and to stray away from God, as the Bible describes it, prostitute themselves to their idols on every green hill. God is using King Nebuchadnezzar as a tool to punish the Israelites for their sins. And it's also interesting to me because during these chapters in Jeremiah, it also describes that God will make King Nebuchadnezzar basically a strong king, and he will, I don't know if the term bless is appropriate, but he'll like give him what he needs to be that king, right? He's using him as a tool to punish Israel, but then on the other hand, he's also going to punish King Nebuchadnezzar for what he did. So it's so funny how sometimes we may see evil people prosper. We say, oh, why do evil people obtain wealth and they prosper? But it seems like the people who follow God are the ones being punished. Everything is not what it seems like, especially in the spiritual realm. There's way more going on than you think. Just because you see someone prospering doesn't mean that they are really under God. And that's what we see here in the Bible. So basically he's describing that there is an appointed time for punishment for the the Israelites for their sins because he can't let it go unnoticed, especially after countless warning signs and proclamations of what he was going to do to them, but they still continue to do it regardless. Because sometimes we could be stubborn and we don't want to listen to God and we want to follow our own ways. But something that I read in my devotional recently is that when you go against God's will, you are really going against your own desires. And I had to sit with that for a second because I'm like, that is so true. There's been so many times where I think my way is better, and then I sit and realize my way wasn't really better. God's way was better, and I was really going against my own desires by going against his will. However, he is encouraging them to, you know, stay under King Nebuchadnezzar, you know, do what he says. There will be a time of peace where he will return them back to their homeland, and they will begin to have peace and prosperity, good fortune again. He's going to restore them, but they do have to bear the consequences for what they did. So oftentimes God does prevent many things from happening, but God also allows things to happen, and we have to endure the consequences of our action. And we might look and think like, dang, I thought you're a guy, why would you let these bad things happen to me? But the thing is, it will strengthen your character when you are able to endure. He doesn't do things for no reason. Everything has a purpose. So even the situation that you're in right now, and I'm speaking to myself as well, the situation that me or you may be in right now, it's only to strengthen you. It's not for necessarily a bad thing. Just because it's punishment doesn't mean it's bad. You have to learn the difference between righteous and good and evil and bad. Just because something is bad doesn't necessarily make it evil. Just because something is good doesn't necessarily make it righteous. There is a difference between those things. Say God told me to go be a veterinarian instead of a medical doctor. Neither one of those things are bad. They're both good things, right? But which one is the right direction is whatever God told you to do. And just because you might be facing the consequences of a particular action doesn't necessarily make it evil. It might be a bad situation, but it might be the direction that God is calling you to in order to extract some sort of character building within you. Does that make sense? Okay. Sorry, I don't plan this stuff out. I'll just speak as I go, as stuff comes to my head. Yeah, that's what I feel like God is placing in my heart, is there's a difference between right and good, evil and bad. Just because something is good doesn't mean it's right for you to do. For example, sex is a good thing, right? God created sex, but under the confines of marriage. So it's not right for you just to have sex with just anybody. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, on to the next segment. Dollar Tree, y'all, they have a lot of good pet stuff. That's where I get like a lot of his pet supplies, like the storage containers. They had like a little doggy blanket, treats, toys. So we give him half a cup of dog food. I use this cat measuring cup, but you can use any measuring cup that's stored in here. And he really likes Greek yogurt, so he will gobble this down with just Greek yogurt in it. So I don't really have to do a whole lot with toppings. I like to use natural foods as much as possible, like eggs, oatmeal, Greek yogurt, banana, blueberries. He eats all of that, sweet potatoes. I just mix it up, and he'll eat this in like 2 seconds, which I don't really think is good. I like to incorporate my kids in the dog care. So my daughter went out with the dog and she said that he pooed already, and you're not supposed to let dogs run around after they ate because it could cause bloating or digestive issues.
You like your food?
You don't pay me no mind. My daughter has requested a bagel for dinner.
What bagel am I?
Not the big one. So for dinner, I'm having the rest of the leftover I had for lunch. And then I'm having a slice of the pizza that we made. I like to make sure that my water bottle is filled up for when I go to the gym tomorrow morning. So I do it the night of. So I'm not scrambling to do a million things at once. In this water bottle, I had actually pre-made some tea. I had brewed about 5 different tea packets. There's a couple of them right here to drink it as like a cold tea. I filled it up inside of a tea kettle and I mix it all together with like different flavors, and I put this in the refrigerator and I mix it with my water that I'm about to make. And then I squeeze some lime juice in here. You say ill over everything. Be quiet. So it's like a flavored limeade. I add a little bit of flavor water mix-ins. This is the tropical one. I don't really like the flavor of this one too much, to be honest. I bought it, so oops, I'm gonna use it. But it actually has like shimmers in it, so I thought that was pretty cool. maybe that's what got me to buy it. I'm going to add some lemonade flavoring. These are like the low calorie, zero sugar type of flavors. I want to figure out how to make this naturally, but like not high sugar, like I was explaining earlier. Like obviously I could just use real lemons, but I don't want to use a lot of sugar, but I want it sweet at the same time and not bitter. So, and then I'll sip on this before I go to bed, but obviously I won't finish the whole thing. I'll just put the rest of it in the refrigerator and it'll still be cold by the time I go to the gym tomorrow morning. And then for dessert, I'm going to make my date Snicker bar. I first started eating this on the Daniel fast and honestly it's so good. I haven't really stopped since. I purchased a container of dates, but I've already pre-cut them in half so I won't have to spend time doing it over and over again. I'll just take one date, split it open like this. Since it's already cut in half, I'll get some natural peanut butter. I like to scoop it in there. Sprinkle some walnuts. A little drizzle of honey. This is already sweet. I know that's kind of ridiculous, but I like the honey flavor that it gives. And then I put this in the microwave for like 10 seconds. So I'm actually going to defrost some salmon tornino. This is the salmon right here. I got this from Aldi's and honestly this is pretty disgusting to me. I'm used to getting the wild caught salmon from Sam's Club and it has like this really dark, rich, almost orange color, and I should have known this was not gonna taste like anything I would like just by the color of this. If you get salmon, to me the best salmon is the one that's like a rich dark peach color. This is fake salmon. I don't know what this is, but I don't have no problem giving this to the dog. My husband said salmon is good for their coat. I personally don't like the taste of it. And this salmon came from China. I'm trying to figure out what wild caught salmon comes from China. Don't they usually come from Alaska? Go get your dog out.
I want to go back. Are you ready to go out? Yeah. Are you ready to go? Are you ready to go? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Go get it.
Come on, let's get out the gym.
Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Hey, give me the ball. He wants me to chase him. He wants me to chase him all around the backyard. Attention span of a duck. Give me the ball. 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 I'm out of breath, Nino. Y'all, I love when it's like warm out and then you just sit outside and the sun is setting.
Yeah, I mean whole day.
Girl, no. And then like after like a long day, you just sit outside and relax and catch some vitamin D. I just finished my nighttime routine. I'm about to go to bed. Whenever I do like braids, I like to get one of my bigger bonnets so that I can fit everything in my head. I'll be working out at home again. I like to pick out my workout clothes in advance. I'm starting this thing this week where I am waking up at 4 a.m. instead of like 4:45. I usually wake up closer to 5, but I feel like in the morning I'm rushed and I feel like I don't have enough time to do everything, like get dressed, put on makeup. So I end up just wearing lounge clothes every day. Granted I work from home, but like I've been wanting to get dressed and get ready and look presentable, especially if I'm walking the dog around the neighborhood. I just don't want to look any type of way. Honestly, I hate it because I'm so tired because my body's not used to it at the moment, but I love it at the same time because I have so much more free time in the morning and I'm not rushing to take a shower. I'm not rushing to try to hurry up and do my devotional. I can relax and chill, and I might even have like a little extra time to put away my laundry or clean up a little bit or plan out my day. So I've been really loving it for that aspect, but it means I have to really be intentional about preparing my night before, making sure my pre-workout is ready. If I have a piece of fruit, make sure that the fruit is upstairs, my drink is in the refrigerator, my devices are charged, like my headphones, my phone, my watch, because the more time you spend doing things you could have done the night before, the more time you waste when it actually counts. So yeah, that's it for today. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. I'm just gonna hop into bed. It's about 7:15. Yes, I try to go to sleep by 8 o'clock so I could be up by 4, and I'm just gonna read my Kindle until I fall asleep. Once the words start to be too complicated or I start to feel so lazy in reading the book, that's how I know it's time to go to sleep. Bye.